2025 has been a tad stressful. My usual coping mechanisms, Pinot Grigio, shopping, crystals, did not work. So to relax, I went outside my comfort zone and took a knitting class. My knitting teacher, Karen, asked me, "What's your project?" I said, "I want to knit my rage into a long, long scarf and bury it when the world returns to normal." She said, "You might want to consider a bedspread, king size, with matching pillow shams." My knitting and my sex life have about the same aptitude. Karen told me, "Lynne, your stitches are not reaching completion." After sex, my husband complains of the same thing. Sex in my 60s is not the same as in my 20s. Now, before I get romantic with my husband, I say, "Are we doing it with or without the mouth guard?" Part of my anxiety has to do with the fact that I quit smoking, finally. 12 years ago. But I only got off the patch last month. True. I probably should have told my husband, or at least had him sign a consent form. Because by detoxing from nicotine, I became miserable and irritable, and the first thing I did was break up with him with a Dear John letter. "Dear John, I need to be free. I want to travel. This is goodbye." My husband was so confused. First of all, his name is Mark. Poor Mark. We hardly ever fight. The only time we argue is when he pays more attention to Siri and Alexa. And I get jealous because they have those sexy British voices, and my voice is, well. So Mark composed in response the most passionate letter. So romantic. I asked, "Did you write this all by yourself?" He said, "Well, AI helped a little bit." AI? So now I don't know if I'm in love with Mark or ChatGPT. To be honest, what got me out of my funk was doubling my medication. And my decision to give back to society. Those who know me consider it a public service that I have never been responsible for a living thing. Not a plant, not a pet, certainly not a child. My gift to humanity. Thank you. Oh, my gift to humanity. Thank you. Oh, so I decided, given my wealth of experience, I was going to mentor a young girl. I was going to volunteer at Big Sisters. I I could tutor her in how to put lipstick on in the rear view mirror while driving. I could expose her to cultural events such as wine tasting. For her sweet 16, I would take her with me to watch me get Botox. Can you believe they rejected me? I'm serious. It must be because they asked my brother Robert and Mark, my husband, the same trick question. Have you ever seen Lynne be mean to a child? Well, they had to be honest and say they'd never seen Lynne with the child. Well, Big Sister sent me a letter saying they thought that I could benefit from having a sister. So they paired me with Tiffany, who is president of her 6th grade middle school class. After my big sister humiliation, I decided to walk shelter dogs with ARF in East Hampton. So Mark says to me, let me get this straight. You're gonna drive an hour to walk a dog. Why can't you just walk the dog next door? There's a dog next door? So I get there. Only trained volunteers can walk the dogs. After my failed attempt at being a big sister and dog walking, I decided to give back the Hamptons way. Attend a charity gala. It was a Roaring Twenties themed party, so I went online and ordered a flapper dress on Amazon. I spent all day doing my hair and makeup. Everyone at the gala loved my outfit. Is it Chanel? They asked. No, it's an original Jeff Bezos. The idea of galas is actually better than the event. They're generally noisy, not enough food. I was starving. I'm chasing this waiter who's carrying a tray of canapes around. What is that? He's mumbling. What is that? Is that shrimp? Is it vegetarian? I'm chasing him around. He's not answering. Finally, what is that? It's garbage. So much for galas. Oh, other exciting news. I'm buying a New York City co-op apartment. A little love nest for me and Mark. The co-op boards of Manhattan are notorious for torturing applicants, much like a fraternity hazing. So they give me this board package and I fill out the application, and would you believe the first question is, list all your volunteer work. So they return the I left it blank. They return the application back to me saying, Miss Goldberg, your application has failed to reach completion.
Lynne Goldberg. All right. guy with the hat walking across the stage. Lynne Goldberg. One more time for Lynne Goldberg. Please. All right, we are having a good time here tonight. We're going to keep the show going. We got 2 more comedians for you that are graduating in our 2025 graduating class. This next comedian, this is his first year.